Welcome back to my channel. Wendy Renee here. I am actually really excited to talk about this topic, so let's go. One of the things I got to speak on, and I'm really thankful to Lloyd for his coverage of the video, anxious rumination. And if you haven't watched it yet, go watch it. I'll post that very video in the description box. The thing is, how dare they say they know anything about anxious ruminating thoughts? First of all, they are not qualified to talk about such things. Secondly, being in a high control religion will give someone anxious ruminating thoughts. And I loved the comments on that video. Some of you said, well, yeah, maybe talking about Armageddon and gloom and doom and destruction will do that to a person. Yeah, absolutely. Anxious ruminating thoughts. I want to talk for a minute what's actually normal about thoughts. We all have intrusive thoughts, all of us. Some of us react differently to them. So intrusive thoughts, sometimes they can be scary, terrifying, they can be weird. It's a thought that hits your mind and it's completely contrary to who you are, to your moral character, to your insides, to your daily routine, to your behaviors. That's what an intrusive thought is. And we react to these intrusive thoughts like, oh my God, why am I thinking that thought? And for someone with anxiety, it's even worse. And then you go down to this rabbit hole of thoughts. Thoughts are normal. Thoughts are involuntary, like breathing, blinking. Thoughts are natural. It's our relationship with those thoughts that matter. So when we have anxious, ruminating thoughts, one of the best ways to slow them down, if we imagine them as passing traffic. So imagine you're driving in a car and the traffic is passing and you really don't have a relationship with those vehicles. You just know, okay, you're all at the red light together and they're just kind of passing. So it's really important to look at our thoughts as we would passing traffic. They're just thoughts and they come and they go. And sometimes an out of character thought will pop up. Also, I wonder how many people in that audience were thinking, anxious ruminating thoughts mean I have a lack of faith. Okay, pray more. Read the Bible more. We get it. No, this is an actual psychological truth. So if you watch that and you're watching this and you're having anxious ruminating thoughts, see a counselor. There's nothing wrong with getting psychological support. It's no different than seeing a cardiologist if you have a heart problem or going to the eye doctor because you need glasses. It's no different. So ruminating thoughts is a loop that never ends. And sometimes the loop gets stuck. That's what rumination is. And sometimes we'll just sit there and the loop will just not, it's like a movie. Imagine a movie. Some people think thoughts in movie form, pictures. Others see their thoughts in words. Whatever you see in your mind, it's a loop that never ends. That's what anxious ruminating thoughts are. And a lot of times when we have undiagnosed anxiety, again, something totally normal, sometimes it looks that way. If you are struggling with stress and anxiety and ruminating thoughts, with anxious ruminating thoughts, mindfulness really helps. When you're having that loop happen in your brain, mindfulness looks like this. Oh, this is an intrusive ruminating thought. I'm going to identify this ruminating thought. I'm going to identify this loop. Paying attention and recognizing it without giving it a relationship, without trying to figure it out, without trying to get to the bottom of it, because our brains are made to solve problems. And when you leave a high control religion, you tend to be hypervigilant. That's the flight or fight response stepping in, especially when you're trying to be perfect all the time. So closing that loop and letting the thoughts pass by, mindfulness can really help us in calling it what it is. Just calling it. This is an anxious thought. Okay. The more we fight anxious thoughts, the more they stay. It is very true that resistance can cause persistence. If I were to tell you to not think of a pink elephant, you're thinking of a pink elephant right now. If I tell you, do not think of Stephen Lett, you're thinking of Stephen Lett right now. Boop. His face popped up into your head, didn't it? We can close that loop, right? That's all I have for you today. These are simple ways to start the healing process from deconstructing high control religion. And if you have more steps to add, I'm sure there's more things that we could add to it. So maybe we could start a list in the comments. And for newcomers to my page, welcome. I'll see you in the comments. Take care.